So, hi everyone. Today we are here with Mr. Radek from SeaCargo Poland.
Hi.
So, Mr. Radek, please give us more insights into SeaCargo. What can you tell our audience that isn't on the website?
Oh, quite a lot because our website is due for revamping and remodeling since the very beginning. There is not a lot of information happening there. Thanks for reminding me. Actually, what we have managed to do with SeaCargo is, as I was telling you before, transform from the company that used to handle 12,000 TEUs of export cargo, only export cargo. We've managed to transfer into a company that is right now going closer to 20,000 TEUs per year, that is having properly working and balanced import department. As I mentioned to you in our earlier conversation, we used to be 99.9% export. Right now, in some months, we're 60-40 export to import in a country that is still predominantly an import market. So that leaves a lot of room for expansion for us. We have our own customs agency. We are within the second company that is within our group. We are able to handle all types of liquids cargoes, have the expertise in flexi tanks, have our own fleet of swap bodies, so bigger ISO tanks that we handle intermodally in Europe. We are developing the air department this year finally, as some members might have heard from me in previous years, that it's about to happen. It's happening already. What else? We are certified to handle military cargo. Yeah, basically all the things that a proper freight forwarding company should be able to service, we are servicing right now, plus looking at some niches. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. What was the biggest turning point in your company's journey?
Biggest turning point. Well, I think biggest turning point would be last year, in which we remodeled a significant part of our team. We had to stop cooperating with the people that originally started our operational department and our department in Warsaw. And then we invested our money and time and energy to promote young talents within the sales and operational forces, promoting them to managers, giving them more responsibility for the team. That's just last year, I think. Very aggressively hiring of the sales force, and we're looking at the results this year, which seems to be the beginning of the scaling up of the company, which is planned for the next year. And yeah, I would say the remodeling of the company by last year within the sales and operational teams.
Okay. What is one logistics story that people outside the industry would never believe?
Well, there's always the same story. I mean, I have many, but the one that is quite ridiculous. I'm sorry to the members who might have already heard this story, because I tend to share it quite often. But it's so ridiculous, and it's actually in the beginning of my let's call it career in logistics, because it was, I think, 2015 that this happened. I will try to keep it short for the ones that already heard this story. I was shipping wooden logs to Yemen, to Hodeida port, and then it so happened, unfortunately, that the civil war broke out in Yemen, and I had containers on the water, around 30 containers. And then the client was a Slovenian trading company. We used to do it on the UASC, now non-existent carrier. And then the carrier called me that the Hodeida is blocked because of the war happening, the civil war. You cannot ship to Hodeida. So we had quite a bit of trouble, because similar to troubles that people are having right now with the Middle East and what's going on there, meaning the containers were being switched from one depot to another, wherever ground rent was cheaper, and collecting the charges. All the while, we were not sure when the actual feeder to Hodeida will be available, because once in a while there was like, okay, we can go, and then the Saudi military bombs the port again, so we cannot. So all the while costs keep growing. So at one point, the carrier called me, and they said that there is an option for shipping it to a different port in Yemen, to Aden. So I called the client, asked if Aden is okay for him. He was Slovenian, so not really fluent in the particularities of this area. And he said, okay, is Aden in Yemen? Yeah, it is in Yemen. So, okay, ship it. So we did. And then after 2 or 3 weeks, I received a call from him that the problem we are facing right now is that we have the receiver of our cargo on one side of the front and our cargo on the other side of the front. So therefore, he was asking me to find a solution to solve the civil war in Yemen. Well, I regret to say that I didn't find a solution to solve this problem till today. But luckily we managed to, during one of the peace talks, we managed to move the cargo to the final receiver. But that's, I mean, nothing gets even. There was a lot of ridiculous situations, but nothing gets close to this one. So again, sorry for everyone who has to listen to this again.
That's great. Thank you so much. If every logistics company had the same rates now, how would you compete?
Oh, rate is just the part of the whole scenario. It's really hard to give one type of answer to this question, because you need to be able to determine through the meetings, through the finding out the needs of your client, like what is making their margin grow, which is really the question you should be asking yourself in front of and proving to the customers. Like, okay, look, you are asking for the cheapest possible price, but because of you handling it on the cheapest service, you are doing it within 80 days, which you could be doing it within 50 days. So really, selling just with price is the quality of the salesperson that is not getting the grasp on the complete picture. What you need to do is to be able to determine the needs of your client and to be able to find what else is making his work more comfortable for them. So it's really called putting yourself in the shoes of the customer, which is another mistake that a lot of sales do. They try to approach the problem from their perspective and sell it as such. Okay, this is better for me, this solution is better, but you should be really asking what your client needs and how you can take off some part of the work that they need to do from them, which is another quality. If you're good within this certain sector, let's say you are the king of onion, you know every shipper that deals with onion and every trader that deals with onion in Europe, you are able to present your client, for, let's say he's a trading company, you're able to tell him, okay, look, I know people, I can potentially connect the dots for you for cargo sourcing as well. So this is the value added that the guy that just goes to Maersk Spot and finds the cheapest price there is not going to be able to have. And then I seriously would like if the whole world would be working on the same rates all the time, because I think we are good enough to be able to overcome the arguments of just price. I could go on for hours here. Really, this is not something that is very common within the sales people to think about competing with everything else other than the price. Naturally, client will be telling you that the price is the only thing that matters, but trust me, it's not. It's not. You just need to go deeper. You just need to take time to prepare the agenda for the meeting, the questions that you need to ask, and to be able to pinpoint what else is the value for your client, and to bring that value apart from the price. And that's how you are going to be able to sell with higher margins.
Okay. What made you say yes to Prolog in the first place? And what surprised you most after becoming a Prolog member?
Okay. What made me say yes? Like I told you before, we had a Teams call with Ganga. First of all, I'm a relation-based guy, so I like someone. It's already 70% of the work done for me to buy something. In this case, that was the membership in your lovely network. And Mr. Ganga, with whom I believe we had this meeting, is a very likable person, as every member knows. He is a very warm, knowledgeable, experienced guy, so it's always the best combination. You get a guy that you can do business with, plus he's cool. That always works. So that would be the first incentive, I'd say, on the relation level. But as for the more of the technical aspect of it, I like the fact that Prolog is from the get-go and is still ongoing till today. They were very IT driven. The web page was something that it has had functionalities of a bit of a social media platform, which is great idea. Not just the director, like, who checked your inquiry? I don't know. I'm not sure if that was already there, but I'm talking about the general, overlook of the aspects that were attractive to me. So the IT support that were offered, the web page, plus I like the fact that according to my analysis from back then, and the world was the center of gravity within the world trade was switching more south, to global south, how it's called. And then in the center of this global south is India and China. And then, as you know, we have a quite strong representation of Indian delegates in this network. So I figured this is a good place to be in the next few years, because these gentlemen or girls are going to be more and more important in the future. The countries mentioned, they are going to be more important in the future. And I think that judging from what happened, I wasn't very far off with my analysis. So I wanted to be the part of this world in the time that it was just being created, just being born, developed. So that's the answer.
Thank you. And how has Prolog as a network helped you in the long run game?
How has the Prolog helped me in the long run game? It's very hard for me to answer this question, really, because nothing comes to mind in terms of a long run. I would need to know the future. The general idea that pertains what I said just before was to be way more visible within the Indian market, and this, I believe, is going to come in handy in the future. So might be considered as a help that Prolog landed to me in the long run, or will turn out to that they landed it to me in the long run, is that now I have a different specialist in this part of India. We have a air guy, we have a project guy. Whatever comes from that side of the world, I'm sure I'm going to be able to handle it with the support that I'm getting from Prolog. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.